Looky, looky, who's got nookie? Not you, not me. No, we all got some, right? We're big boys. Look, guys, I have found the countryside, all right? Yesterday I was talking about finding the country. Well, I found the country. I got to looking at my map, and it said, go west, young man. Go west and south, and you will find stuff that you're not going to look at in Miami, right? Apparently, it's still a high crime area. I'm about 50 miles west of Miami now, 50 or 60 miles. And I'm just taking the road. I'm taking the road as far as it'll go, guys. I'm just taking it. Why not? But it's still a high crime area apparently, because every time I try to get fuel, and yeah, I've had to get fuel several times, it's like, go see the cashier, right? Because because it's out of state or whatever. And I asked them, what's up with that? I was like, I can get fuel anywhere I want to normally. And they said it's because it's a high crime area and there's a lot of fraud. Well, now we know that there's a lot of fraud going on in Florida. Let's not confuse it with California. Although I've got an inkling they've got some crime issues out there and everywhere in between, because that's just life. But look around. Apparently these are all farms and they're growing stuff. I don't know what they're growing. I'm not paying a lot of attention. They'll actually look like pepper plants back there. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not growing pepper plants in Florida. Oh man, that ceviche that I had the other night was so good that sometime either tonight or tomorrow I'm going back and getting some more of that absurdly wonderful exotic ceviche, right? It's made with fish down here instead of they don't have shrimp in it, but boy, it's really good. Even better than the other kind. It's totally different. Apparently they got a bunch of different kinds of ceviche. I didn't know that. Hell, I learned something new. Ain't that great? Learn something new every day, they say. I gotta tell you, it gets harder and harder to learn something new as you get older. But go somewhere where people eat different types of foods and you just might learn something. It's another beautiful day down here. It's like, I don't know, like 80 degrees or something. You see, I don't even have a jacket on, right? I got a little vest on with, with some armor in it. So if I get eaten by an alligator, I can give the alligator a hard time. The people down here say alligators don't want to eat you, that you don't taste good to them. I think that's a bunch of bull crap. I think alligators would be happy to eat whoever just happens to be there if you're laying down and playing dead, right? I mean, they don't want to mess with you. They're not going to come and attack you unless, they just have to. But they would, I'm pretty sure, eat you up. I mean, they're opportunists. They'll eat their food whole. Oh, look at the sign. It says Big Cat, right? Did you guys see that other video? Or I'll stick a clip right here. Alright, did you see that big cat? That is the natural resident of Florida, right? Look at all the birdies. Hi, birdies. Alright, so the natural resident cat. Now, I didn't know this till the guy told me the other day. He said that the puma, the ocelot, whatever that is, and Canadian cat, the catamount, the puma, the wildcat, all the different variations of the mountain lion, they're all still the same critter, just different sizes in different areas. But he said, now I don't know if this is true, right? He said that they are known as the lesser cats, and they're known as lesser cats because they actually still purr and do all that kind of stuff, right? So it might be true. I'm guessing it might be true. I'm going to stop here at this Everglades Visitor Center, and I'm going to look at something and see exactly what they have down this way. because I'm actually looking for something special that you're not going to see on this video probably. You may not see it ever. Who knows with me? But I'm going to give it a check-in, all right? I'll get back with you in a minute. All right, fellas, it appears I am on the right track this time. We are in the Everglades National Forest. Why do they call everything a forest? They can't call it a national park, but you know, I mean, they got a few trees here, but they got more sawgrass than anything probably. I got the hiccups. This is a large area of land that, I mean, what is it? The government just snatches up this stuff and says we're going to make it a national wildlife refuge, which I'm all right with. But it just kind of seems odd. I mean, what was it back in the day? Just, I guess with the turning of the tides, this is kind of a salt marsh in a way. But it's still 30 miles to where I'm going. Anything's possible. I heard that there are black bears hanging out here, and those panthers or whatever they are down here in Florida, pumas, or yeah. Oh, okay. We was talking about the cats, right? What scientists or whatever they call the lesser cats. Well, let me tell you, that cat that I showed you a picture of what ago was over 100 pounds. I did not find him to be that less of a cat. Now, I guess, you know, lions and such are like 400 pounds maybe. I don't know. So I don't know. Who am I to say what should be a lesser cat? But it sounds to me that it was kind of a demeaning term to be called a lesser cat. I mean, if you call me a lesser cat, I'm probably going to hit you in the head, right? Because I mean, I'm like, I don't feel like I'm a lesser than nobody. So I don't think they should call the cat lesser. Gumbo Limbo Trail. Okay, we're not going to go that way. Just go ahead, cyclist. Run off the road up there. Pay attention. You know, just pay attention. But anyway, so far, this is what you get to see in this part of the Everglades. On the other video, it was the Sawgrass recreational area, and that was, which is closer to Okeechobee, right? But this is the Everglades part. You see, they do have a few pine trees and some scrub brush and this, that, and the other thing. But this is it. Excuse me. Now it's a beautiful day, and I think I'd rather come down here and go to Flamingo Bay, or that's where I'm headed actually. That'll be a different video probably, because it's a long way. But anyway, I think I'd rather come down here than go to Miami. And I bet people that live down here don't go in any of these places. I mean, I was talking to the Asian Mai, and he was going to come out and, you know, do something with us, but I didn't invite him out here because I figured, hey, he lives here. He don't want to go see something that he lives by, right? And Daniel McCarthy, he's never been down here, and he lives in Florida. I know that's, you know, that's 250 miles away, but it's, hey, everybody should go everywhere. I've been to every national park in every state I've ever lived in. I've only lived in one state, really. Well, I lived in multiple states, but one I carry, you know, my household state, right? Well, two. All right, two. Make you feel better? Damn, why y'all put me under the gun for? All right, guys. We are at the end of the road in Florida. I don't know what road it is, 953, 75, 80, I don't know, whatever it was. But it brings you out here to Flamingo Bay, where there are no flamingos. But there's some strange fruit on that tree, whatever. And there's a coconut tree over there, and guys, I'll insert a picture right here. I don't know if you could see that, but it is, I thought it was a seal, but you know what it was? It was a manatee. That's what it was. It was a manatee, and that was pretty cool. Manatees are interesting critters, and they're real sweet. But look at the sky up ahead. It's starting to get dark. It's not supposed to rain, but since the ocean is right there, you know, 100 yards over that way, rain could be coming really quick. So I'm gonna head back. But it was a really nice ride. I think it was like 80 miles from the airport, so that means it's 80 miles back, right? Windy as hell. I mean, real bad windy. There's a bunch of there's places to park all over the place down here where you can like unload your kayak or whatever you're riding and get off into these little bayous and kayak around. See, they go whatever that one was, right? There's one up here called Snake Bite. Like that's really where you want to hang out. They've got houseboats here, Bear Lake right there. So people just park right here and just go wandering off, and skunk ape gets them, I guess. I don't know, but they got houseboats over here that will sleep up to 6 people, and they're $400 a night. That's pretty spectacular. I mean, it might be a little pricey if you're by yourself, but it would be a good time if you're gonna do a party boat, right? And for that price, it would be well worth it. Of course, you got to get down here. Then they might charge you for no, they don't charge for parking, only for RV hookups. But they actually have shore power down here in case, hey Crafty, y'all could bring your truck down here if you wanted, and you know, hang out, right? I mean, that's what you wanted to do. Christian Point. There's stuff out here that does want to kill you. That bird wants you to die and he wants to eat you. But, you know, just saying, right? Pythons and anacondas and alligators. Just all kinds of crazy stuff. It's a very nice little ride on the motorcycle if you're down here with your motorcycle. Alex, you should ride your bike over here. But you're going to want to do it in this season because once winter's over, you're gonna have bugs galore again, right? And that's nasty. Look how dark it is. This has been a fantaculous weekend, guys, and it's just Saturday, right? I mean, whatever. I think I delivered on Thursday, and I've done rode like 350 miles since then, and my reload isn't going to be until Monday. And well, actually, they said it was Monday, but maybe Tuesday. So I'll probably ride the bikes all day tomorrow. I might go right up to Okeechobee or something, right? I mean, it's only so much to see in Florida. Oh, maybe I should ride over to Jupiter and Mars. Hell, I don't know. This isn't the best bike for doing long rides, you know. I mean, 60, 70 miles, and you need to get off of this bike and take a little break for, you know, like 15 minutes or something, right? Because your butt gets kind of flattened out. Where like on my Yamaha, I don't have that problem. I can ride for hours. Oh my goodness, it's raining, guys. It's Florida and it's raining. Oh no. Surely, you know, there's no rain in the forecast, but it's Florida. Hopefully it'll blow over real quick. This is going to be a nightmare if I got to ride back 80 miles in the rain. Oh boy. Let's see. Yeah, they got their wipers on. It's just a squall. You see up ahead, it clears out. I don't know how many miles ahead that's going to be. I might be totally soaking wet by the time I get up there. But it does look like it clears out. Oh. And if I go too fast, it's gonna really feel bad. So you see the trees whipping up there? See, you know I did not bring my raincoat, guys. I was like, oh no, there's not a cloud in sight. I looked at the weather forecast and the Doppler weather and the NOAA weather, and there was not a cloud anywhere. Damn it. That's trip planning. Piss poor trip planning on my part, guys. I'm a bad boy. I don't know what to say. Oh. If I had underwear on, they would already be wet. But luckily, I don't have any on. So just my junk is wet. It looks like about another mile up there, and I might be out from under this cloud. And this cloud is just blowing across the southern tip of Florida, it looks like. Because the sun's out above that cloud. You know I'm going to hear about this, don't you? Matter of fact, there's somebody probably back there yakking on their motorcycle that's cussing me right now. Maybe. These are big fat raindrops. They're like the size of quarters or something. Alright guys, we have temporarily, hopefully altogether long term, driven out of the rain. It's been like 25 miles, right? 25, 30 miles, something like that, whatever. You look at this wind, guys. It is making riding unbearable. Riding in the wind, this much wind, it's terrible. Alright, with this bike I can cut right through it, right? Hard, you know. No, I can't. I mean, I got the power to, but it feels like, you know, just chopping me up. And if you're on one of the lesser bikes, lesser bikes, like the lesser cat thing, right? If you're on one of the lesser bikes, you ain't gonna be going over 45 because it's just pounding you. I mean, this wind's like 30 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour. It's terrible. But I'm drying out now. Hopefully the rain is over for the rest of for the duration of this trip. We will find out here pretty soon, I guess, or we might not. Hell, you won't know unless I tell you, and I don't know what's going to happen until it happens. I don't have the gift of foresight, or maybe I do. Who knows? But it was still a wonderful experience, guys. Just getting out and doing something was so much better than sitting in the damn truck okay, that didn't come out right. Sitting in a regular truck, okay? It's okay sitting in my truck, but you know what I mean? It's nice to have these little excursions. I don't guess they'd be called vacations or anything, but they're just little side excursions into life. It's like adding salt to something, right? Not a wound, but salt to your food. It just gives it a little more flavor. Brings out the flavor of life. You know what I'm talking about. Don't get all PC on me. Them manatees were really cute back there, though. They were flipping over on their side like this in the water and putting their fins up above the water. There was a bunch of other people over there, but they never saw the manatees. I think they might have been stoned or something. Because they were sitting around in their own little groups. One guy was playing a ukulele, and he was doing pretty good. And he had his own little group of girls and guys, right? But then everybody else was in their own little groups of 2 or 3. I don't know why they didn't hit us to the manatee, because it was making blowhole noises or blowing out its mouth or whatever every time it would surface. I think they can stay down for a long time, but he would come up just every few minutes. I think he was playing. He wasn't fishing or hunting or anything that I could see, but there was fish skipping around on top of the water also. But it was nice. It would have been nice to get a little closer. But let me tell you, the swamps, guys, the swamp stinks. All right, you hear the expression swamp gas? Well, if we ever go to war again, I'd rather be in a sandbox than in a swamp box, because let me tell you, it stinks out there. You'll get that stink in your underwear and in your socks and in your hair and in your nose, and you'd never be the same again. If I was an old Vietnam vet, I don't think I'd want to be settling down in Florida. These guys, they're going the speed limit, guys. They're not speeding. I'm going slow because the wind's so hard. It felt like it was trying to scoop my tire out from under me. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to slow down. Why not? It'd make the trip a whole lot longer. 80 miles is going to turn into a couple-hour trip at this speed. And everything down here is a toll road. And apparently, they don't have toll booths anymore. At least not in Miami area. They just say we'll send a bill to your house, it says, with administrative fees, of course. That was kind of uncalled for, I thought. So I guess I'm going to be getting some bills in the mail. Oh well. Well, I wonder why that person did that. They started to come around us, and then they dumped back behind us. Maybe they're going to run us down. Who knows? But I'll actually be glad when tonight's over. This is a long ride in the wind, and I'm tired now. Really tired. I think I deserve an alcoholic beverage and a cigarillo or something like that. I started watching that Netflix series, The Witcher. I think that's going to be their answer to the Game of Thrones. It is not Game of Thrones, but I'm watching it anyway. Whatever. We'll call it a B. What's that? A B movie or whatever. Yeah, it's like a sci-fi original in a way. The Lost in Space Season 2 just came out, and we just finished that the other night. Boy, it's getting even worse windy. I think I might have to stop for a minute. There might be a tornado blowing up or something. Hell, I'll get back with you guys later if I survive. All right, people, let's recap our trip to Flamingo Bay. What did it turn out being? Cold. That's what it turned out being. Cold and wet and nasty. And it was a lot of fun, you know. The manatees were pretty cute and frolicking in the water and everything. But what can happen with an adventure? An adventure can go wrong, and you can either have fun or you can die. In this instance, I'm probably not gonna die, but I might, right? But what I am gonna do is get hypothermia because my underwear is wet. I'm cold and wet and freezing. I've got the shakes. I'm like this, right? But anyway, be careful on your adventures out into the great unknown, because you never know what is lurking to eat you. Bye-bye.